We're going to kick off with just a little show and tell, showing off the system a little bit. So here I have a sketch. It is incredibly simple. You can see something that my daughter and I, she's 8, could probably put together in pretty short order. And I'm going to perform an analysis on this. So this is using the Higharc auto layout tools. And this is something that is really the world's first, the ability to take a sketch at very low resolution and then convert it into a high resolution building model in a very short amount of time. So here, this process usually takes 15 to 20 seconds or so. You see our little scanning robots off to work. And here you go. So here are the results of that analysis of this sketch. And you can see that it did pretty well. I mean, it's classifying our rooms very well, understands that this is a kitchen and this is a garage. Some of these things like these maybe have some small stairs here, but there are occasionally mistakes that are made inside of the system. But the nice thing about the way that this is built is that after you generate those homes, so here I'll just go ahead and generate those, and we can see when that happens, then we are going to get results on the other side. Oh, well, live demos, Michael, always the case. So it looks like, let me give that one more try. All right, so now we've generated our rooms. And once I've generated those rooms, you can see a simple roof has been placed on this home. And I have a nice starting point. Higharc Automation is going to place windows and place doors based on the room types that have been determined from the settings that are part of your central data model. And this is a very simple example for something that gets quite a bit more sophisticated. So if you have a more complex sketch, such as what we're seeing here, I'm going to perform auto layout once more. And this is taking a sketch that was done by one of our customers, an architect with a really excellent sketching style. And when you have a higher level of fidelity, then you're going to get higher quality results as they're generated inside of the Higharc model as well. So again, this process is going to take a few minutes. And we can see that I have different results here that are produced. And I'll even show you some of the older results as we've been developing our system, travel through time here and see the different versions of our models over time. But we like to put the best ones up here at the top for you. And then I'll add these to my level 2 block. And then we're gonna generate those rooms. And you can see also the Higharc system is snapping those walls to the level below. So you get a really nice clean result. I can take these and then associate them with a different block for my roof, go to my 3D view, and now I've gone from that very simple sketch to something that's pretty close to what I'm looking for in terms of my building here in just a few seconds. There's a further process that we have developed at Higharc, which I'll do that once more for you. So we have auto entity. Auto entity is a post process. And what this will do is it'll analyze all of the bathtubs, all the toilets, all the sinks, the doors, and the windows, and it will place those in the model as well. And of course, everything that I'm showing you here today works across our entire suite. So from the ERP integrations to the live plans, complex construction documents, which I actually had set up here. So we can see if I go to my first floor plan, you can see that first floor plan has been set up here. I have my elevations. If I go to my elevation page, and if I wish to make any changes to those, I do so following the same workflows that Carson demonstrated earlier. So you can get to the point where you have a full construction document set that's laid out in just a few minutes. And if you're at the conceptual phase of your design, often that can be helpful to get everybody aligned and on the same page early on in the process. So now let's move over to some of the other homes that were provided. I have the Jago, got friends from Jago out there. I have been down to your office in the past. It's a very nice place out there in Kentucky, Greensboro, if I remember correctly. Had a great time. We're now going to scan your plan. And I have done, I've never seen this plan, this exact plan, before about half an hour ago. And I'm going to try to go through these as fast as I can to give you a good idea of what the system is capable of at this point. And of course, it is improving every week. We develop a new set of improvements for this system. So here I have some results that I can click through. And this one is looking pretty great. Looks like it's added additional bedroom, which it might clean up for me in the next step. So let's go from there, and I'll associate that to the main block. And then I think it did a pretty good job, so I'll give it a thumbs up, and we'll generate the rooms. All right, so having generated the rooms, there's a little post-processing that I would like to do in terms of cleaning this up. Missed this little jog inside of the garage, so very briefly, I'll come in there and clean that up. Delete that additional area. We have third car garage here. If we have a moment, we might want to turn that into an option, but that's about good to start. I will take this. Oh, that's a dining room. Let's make that a dining room. Okay, now we will apply auto entity. So I'll select that image once more. Turn you up here so you can see what happens. And it looks like there's a little wall right there too. Let's add that. And we're going to click auto entity. Auto entity did a pretty great job there. You can see how bathrooms, the bathtub is recognized, the sinks, the casework, cabinetries, many of our toilets. We have a rough out of our kitchen. And again, all of this is just a starting place. So if the model or the artificial intelligence system, if it does make mistakes, often it does in these early stages of development, then you can just come in and change those dimensions and work with it just like you had drafted it manually. So that's pretty exciting. Save that file out. I'll revisit it later if you're interested. And gonna go as fast as I can here. So this is the McDonald's Cypress. Let's see, here was the plan that I started with. I just took a screenshot of this. And this plan doesn't have any dimensions. So I'm showing here what I did in the 5 minutes or so I had to look at this plan before, but let's walk through it again. And Connor, feel free to let me know when I'm over time. So let's go to the level 1 view here, and let's activate auto layout on this plan. Something you'll notice here, this plan has no dimensions on it. So what I did was I utilized the Higharc auto scale capability. What this will do is analyze all the doors, the toilets, the sinks, everything that has a pretty common dimension, and it'll make our best guess at what the scale is for this plan. So we'll see how that system performed here as we proceed into the next steps. Here I got my super translate result. It is looking pretty good. Looks like I might want to add a little front porch extension there and divide that garage up. So let's go ahead and add that to the main block. And we're generating those rooms. Go through and do that bit of cleanup, similar to what I did before. In the near future, I think we'll be able to get rid of that step, but we'll do it for now. I added a little garage door there. You can see that the electrical settings are being activated in Higharc. That's what's making it so that all this electrical is appearing. Those are fully customizable to whatever your standards are. And then I think I'll join those two rooms together. I'll maybe remove that altogether. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can dial in the roof system for this one. So here I'm going to take this porch, assign that to front porch, because I have a nice little template here which many of our customers do as they get going inside of Higharc. I'm going to turn this garage, we're going to add that to the front gable. I have a secondary front gable that I'll add here. I'll also add this room to that secondary front gable, perhaps. That'll go to the rear porch. I'll go to our 3D view. And we're starting to get somewhere. We're starting to get close to an elevated home here from that brochure image in just a few seconds. We'll go back to the level 1 so that you can see the interior of the home as we perform that auto entity translation. Again, this is scanning and attempting to do its best at recognizing the refrigerator, the sinks, the dishwashers, the ovens, all of the vanity sinks and casework and so on and so forth. So fairly great results there in a short time. And then of course, if we wish to generate our key building measures at any time, always in the Higharc platform, if you have a home inside the system, you're able to generate this type of content, get estimates, key building metrics from the building. So that applies to everything we've done so far, not just this, but good to point out. And I think I have one more. And yeah, perhaps if there's Q&A related to the kind of things that we're doing here, we can start to take a look at that as well. And here's my image. Running auto layout on this plan.
Michael, for the
JP Brooks plan.
For the uninitiated or a simple field PM like myself, what are some of the biggest use cases for this? How do you see this being used on a day-to-day basis by people?
Yeah, there are many use cases. Perhaps the one that's most exciting that our customers are working with right now is taking a conceptual plan, something that's really early in its life cycle, just trying to get some ideas up there. And maybe it's developed by someone who doesn't use CAD or isn't trained in AutoCAD or similar systems. And it makes it so that they can participate in the design process. And that's been really exciting for us to see with some of our customers who are starting to test out these tools. And it enables them to get to a point where they could do cost estimates. They can start to refine the design because they have a version of it that's in 3D. They can do walkthroughs, interior walkthroughs even of the home with some recent upgrades that have been made to Higharc. And it's making a difference so they can build better homes and communities and do it faster and remove risk in the process because there's more people involved earlier on who might have opinions that can slow things down later on. Another use case, of course, is accelerating implementation. If you have some of our customers coming into Higharc have hundreds of plans that they've developed in a traditional way, perhaps they're going to be represented in 2D, and it's an extensive implementation process to convert all of those homes into the Higharc format. But as we are showing here, it becomes much easier when you have the help of an advanced artificial intelligence system. AI is certainly making my life a lot easier in a lot of ways, and this is really the first time that we have the ability to get those same types of benefits in the world of home building. Very exciting to me. Put this on the full porch there. Take this, add it to the rear porch. And then we have our 3D view set up, and we're starting to get pretty close to our plan. Once more, take you to the top and add auto entity, which is adding much of our content there. And looks like I would do well to turn this one into a mudroom so we get a more realistic result there. And from that point, nice little plan. We can go look at our foundation plan. All of our plans are automatically dimensioned. If I mirror this home, you'll see that the drawing content mirrors automatically. That's something that we built over a number of years at Higharc. Similarly, all of our floor plans will mirror automatically, all our elevations. So you can get to the point where you have a lot spec drawing that represents the home that your home buyer is going to buy and live in. And you can have that for every home in the business.
Michael, anything else you want to add about the house you're working on here?
Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm making some changes that are part of my template. So changing my masonry, so I can go from no masonry to having a water table or wainscoting on all of the faces. I'm able to change from a slab on grade to a crawl space foundation, and all my drawings are going to be thusly updated. I can change my exterior wall framing, can change the plate height. All of that it's built in. And think of any Higharc home, once it's inside of Higharc, as a little computer program that represents the home. And of course, you can preview those results inside of Showroom, make them available for your home buyers on your website at any time, as we showed previously. And also you have the full suite of estimation tools that we provide. And you can see those here as well. All your fixtures, finishes, every electrical item in the home. All of this was generated very quickly, as hopefully you've seen. So let us know if you're interested in taking it a little further.
John wants to know, does it read text and or written dimensions on a rough sketch?
John, it does read text and written dimensions if they're there on a rough sketch. And if there are no written dimensions, as I was saying earlier, we'll analyze as much information as we can. And if there are things like garage doors or sinks or toilets that have a general shape and size in the world, we'll use those to best approximate what the size of the plan is going to be and what the content would be.